Well, actually, they're going to be able to avoid this owl drone here, but cned just going to take first contact. Deals with Defo immediately.
Yeah, a little bit of a return fire from sheydos, but it's quick and it's ACEND, really sending a stark message to begin with. 2 quick kills and you lose out on Defo and sheydos. 2 big instigators on this attacking side. So now looking at what's left, Nats, Redgar, Chronicle. A tough predicament to be presented with, and now a last-minute alien. Now the spike is on the way. You can see Nats slowly closing in towards kiles. Kiles better be aware that he's not so safe, and you can see that paranoia starting to build.
Nats tagged up a little bit, actually going to get a confirmation here, but also going to hear out these steps in spawn. We have to relay that information, so Nats got a lot to deal with here. If they swing together, he's going to get detected here as well. Yeah,
he's going to be noted pretty quickly. Redgar's gone down. Nats is only good for 1. It's on Chronicle now in a 1v4, and it's gone quickly. ACEND, hey, let's talk about this now. That's 4 standing, that's confidence building. This is a perfect beginning in map 1.
And again, we're coasting through that. They're the perfect setup again, anticipated.
But this has to then echo a little bit of something for ACEND. There has to be that little bit of worry in the mind, but with every single frag that comes in for them right now, it's looking clean. But there's a crunch coming in through towards that B site. starxo's just fine, though. He can fall back, hopefully wait for some support. There are 3 players looking for angles, and he's finding every single answer to them so far. That's with a good shot, but it's a 1v3, and it's not looking so likely. Caught in the heels and put to bed by cned. Coming up tube, 2 players gonna turn the screws on it. Nats doing Nats thing, says hello. starxo, you gonna try and play Viper against me? That's crazy. For now, though, GAMBIT are doing well. They're keeping the rifles in the right place, and they're not really falling.
Again, just look at that. It's something that we see Nats become more and more comfortable doing, right? It's the walk up, it's the pick up. Yeah, actually missing on the first. sheydos will clean it up. But
it's going to be leaning this way. They can leave cned lingering towards that B site, as now Chronicle starts to build through. Lovely work from him. Good spray, no connect, but it's Redgar to find it. So now the site should at least be available enough, and Chronicle not overextend.
The tricky spot here. Hunter's Fury actually going to get sent through from Redgar. He actually found a tag inside back at Halls. He did. Kiles will fall. Just Zeek and cned to try and recover this now.
I don't see GAMBIT getting overzealous. I don't think they're going to overpeak on this. I think they're going to sit real keen, play this smart, and not give away any opportunities. Just a little jump peek, that's enough. Just to reassure positioning. What? Zeek? 2 kills out of nowhere, and suddenly this round becomes a little bit more viable, but time is the biggest problem. Oh my word, Zeek. Is this when you're going to step up and deliver? But it's going to be Chronicle. The bottom line, Zeek! The timing! I don't think he's going to have the time. Surely! Surely! Oh my God! Zeek has... Let's see if they can keep that known composure, but Zeek ain't stopping. He's right back at it. Just straight onto Chronicle. He's feeling this game. He's got that hot hand where everything makes sense, but a quick piece in towards the B site. Now, we already know there's 1 player here. kiles does find 1, and Defo's none the wiser. He's gone away with murder from this corner. A free little upgrade as well, leaving Nats and Redgar with nothing to do but die, surely. Yeah, Nats is on one side of them.
Forces GAMBIT's hand in terms of this rotation. They get punished for it. Really nice crossfire from bonecold and kiles. cned will find Redgar.
They are one of the true tested teams who consistently find that ability to run it back like it's coming in. It's a bit of a shaky buy. Nat's the only one really with a rifle, and kiles still just keeps away. How is he not getting noted at this point? So many rounds just getting away from these dirty little angles. Ult comes in, and kiles sends it right back. That's his site, and you are not getting into it. Spike once again down behind enemy lines. Over a minute on the board. Where do they find any avenue in here?
Again, that's the Spectre and the rifle removed from GAMBIT. Spike again on site. The one thing actually GAMBIT had going for them there is getting onto site, finding that Viper's pit, but kiles aggressively pushes in. Used that before it becomes a problem. Zeek will find another. sheydos the last man standing, Sheriff in hand. Again, at this point, don't even discuss the economy. It's not a massive dent, even if he finds 1 or 2 here. But again, that's when it's scariest, right? ACEND, if they can dig their heels in, they look so comfortable when they're set up to greet any team. Once they hit that site, again, the way they play crossfires, they bait each other into these awkward little angles, and it just looks so comfortable for them.
I feel like we saw that in the semi-final to get here.
You know, it was so apparent versus Liquid, because Liquid wanted to play so, they wanted to play, and again, every single time, ACEND looked dominant in the late round. sheydos would actually find 2.
And
explore, exactly. It's there's so many like dirty little angles they can find. Nat's actually going to get found with the spike inside. Hauls that.
Oh no, the opportunity might have just slipped through his fingers. He keeps control of it for now. Defo does well to get away with that. That was actually looking very one-sided, but now down to the 3v2. Redgar and Defo still trying to find that spike and build it back through. They're trying to isolate starxo, who's on the stairs. That could be a catch-off, and it is. Good pick from Redgar there, but look who's been waiting the entire time. He kept calm under pressure. Bonecold being ice cold, and there is cned. Starts around, ends around, and we carry on. Ascend keep at Hunter's Fury. They feel like they want to lean towards that a little more, but Defo's going exploring, and he finds nothing that he wanted. starxo still holding a good amount of territory. There's that ult coming in as considered. Doesn't get everything, but starxo does. Ascend looks so polished. Nats, you've got a 1v5 and a Spectre. How lucky you're feeling. The diffuser's already come in. I don't think you can do anything about this one. Ascend are looking like a different beast right now. Everything is going their way. They're close by. And he's not wrong, and he still gets a surprise on one. Great trade from Defo. Great clear from Defo. How's he found this little bit of momentum? Nats pushes forward, secures CT. Bonecold from the backside does at least get one, but now it's down to two. cned and Bonecold spike. Yet to go down. Where is this? Hold on, 5 seconds. cned just has to live. Nats, can you find the final player? Bonecold's out of there. That's the worst game of hide and seek Nats has ever played. Should facilitate the plant. Oh, he has no idea. Right underneath him, death from above. Gonna find Chronicle, deny the lockdown, invest the ult, and now looks towards the final player. Redgar, what do you have for us? You've been impeccable this event, but you've got to find something here. Give me a reason to believe, because at the moment I'm really not on board. starxo the first to fall, and now the 1v1, it's kiles. He's just the back line to so many of these rounds.
He really is. And again, you talk about the start of the year. kiles obviously doing the rounds in terms of agents now coming to his own.
But cned is feeling confident. He has the line of sight, and he is just having the run of things here. Bonecold as well gets a challenge, but gets overwhelmed. Gambit with the two players coming through. Zeek with the underhand flash. It's good, but it's not great. Gambit finally getting the frags they need. The pace looking much better. More deliberate in approaches now. It's just starxo.
Right here, you see, as soon as cned drifts into elbow there, they spot the turret, and it's almost like that rotation comes.
Really on a platter here. Tricky for him to survive. Can he do anything with it? The answer? Pretty resoundingly is no. Gambit with a really nice approach. There's the adjustment from Gambit we were waiting for. It took a little time, but it ain't over yet. cned and kiles still here. He just seen everything. He just sent it in. He gets Redgar, but Defo deals with kiles. Off the back of this. Keep that pace high. Beautiful flash through, completely blind. Still got one on the way down. Defo gonna be dragging them down to the grave, and 4 standing for Gambit. This is a shutdown. Ascend came in with a bit of a game plan, but it looks like it's been dealt with on all fronts.
Again, the setup is so good to greet this P hit. Almost mimicking Chronicle.
Stunner.
Actually, we'll find the third there. Chronicle's even really gonna overextend a little bit. Actually, we'll find cned. Second should be a given. Well, as I say, that Zeek sharp with that classic. Only one.
The one closest to the corner, but cned's going to just check him, body check him down. Ascend now striding towards the sights. That's going to be pretty much all the danger removed from the site, and not much to really come from it. Nats and Chronicle. This wasn't an invested round, though. If you look at what was coming through that Defo, I mean, yes, he had the rifle. No one else had anything, really.
No. Again, he just wants to make the most of it. If anything, playing much deeper than you'd maybe expect in the bonus, but no real contingency behind that, and nobody covering the possibility that Ascend had so many bodies bottom mid. Towards top mid, actually. Zeek will find another. Just one of his ultimate here, so whether or not they try and feed that kill over to Zeek. There will be, actually, yeah. We'll find his third. Ascend put their 10th on the board. Gambit now.
Like a kind of tube and your traditional APs, which does lean towards Defo as being the front man. He's going to find Zeek for free. Looks for a follow-up. There's no one there quite yet. You can see the vision. Just... oh, that got way too close. And Defo's feeling himself here. Pretty brave to be standing like this. What? starxo walks in, makes the site his own, and Ascend just bursts through. 5 now alive. Zeek back on his feet. And it's Nats and Chronicle, who don't have much territory in this at all. I am impressed with Ascend at this point. I've got to say, keep in mind, Defo had the first pick, was able to fall away.
They've already drawn this rotation again. Like I said, Nat's going to be the only one to try and defend a site here. We'll find kiles, but Actually, we'll find Zeek as well. He's going to stop this one before it gets started.
And hey, if Defo can't do it, put Nats on the site and say, all right, bud, we need you to lock this down, otherwise we're done for. Spike left on his side, and the bullet just gives him a haircut. These three looking vicious. cned does find Nats, but not without him finding another body to add to the tally. 2v4 isn't going to be easy. A lot of potential trades favorable as well. cned still going to isolate Defo. And bonecold the last one alive, but it's a 1v2. This is far more feasible than it was before. Spike well within grasp, but Chronicle way too aware. GAMBIT close in. Some chip damage, but Nats is now surrounded. He's got players right, left, center. Ult comes in, and the plant going to be going down as well. Nats actually decides to get aggressive. Oh no! Nats unchecked is always deadly. Chronicle's got his side as well. And now we go into the last player standing. cned, what do you got for us? Anything left in the tank? Absolutely not. It's Nats waiting. His patient doors, and Nats again. How many times will he be tested? And how many times is he going to succeed? He stands his ground and he delivers. Nats again is refusing to move. He doesn't know when he's dead. And the last player alive is bonecold, and they just can't get rid of him. GAMBIT down. Nats is buying time after time. Can they finally take him down? No, they can't. Nats the immovable object. No way. Unbelievable work from Nats. And ACEND can't escape him. He's the final boss that they cannot get past. And GAMBIT have brought the scoreline.
Here the orb be retrieved, and look at that. It's the spike noted as well, so lots of information given. He's going to try and find something on the other side of the map. We have to see if he does find success. Meanwhile, bonecold and starxo still staring down the barrel of Defo. Nats does actually deal with that lurk, so again, good indication here. Straight away he hits this rotation. And they're almost committed here, trying to find something.
I really like this.
Immediately see the nano swarm to try and buy a little bit of time. And Chronicle will find it.
But he pushes into this. The confidence is just uncontestable. And Nats is the back line, and he is not going to fall away. Nats has just destroyed them. You can't run and you can't hide. Nats is right there like that. Defo's got himself hopping out the ult. Nats still finds one. No matter what they do, ACEND can't do anything. They are left without an answer. And it is just a clean sweep from GAMBIT. 5 alive. bonecold presented the impossible. Tries to make it happen. And GAMBIT take the lead.
Viper's bit onto A.
Good luck. Because we know who's there. Redgar this time holds across. cned finds one. Redgar sprays in. He gets one connection, but it's still going to be Nats, who finally gets denied by starxo. There's a chance! And he gets ripped away. Redgar! It's 10 seconds! It's over! 13-11. The nightmare resurfaces for ACEND and GAMBIT. What? He could be kind of dealt with towards Tree for now, but he's still got a gun in his hand, and that might be just enough for him. Yeah, good luck targeting this man. He'll do it all with that target on his back. As starxo now left in the 1v4.
That's a Redgar set up. We'll find the first, actually the second as well from starxo. That's fantastic work. Defo actually will swing through with sheydos. They find it. And again,
just the last piece of utility put to work just before he backed away. Confirmation of 2. And there's that lean through from CT. Nats is en route as well. Chronicle, good for the double. The triple, not quite, as bonecold carries on forward. That's the bonecold that we know with the Sheriff. And is there any more? sheydos, a 1v2. Spike not down, 20 seconds to play with. As bonecold trying to be the protector, the bodyguard on this, but has to slip away, sit deeper on the site. But it gives a second, and that might be all sheydos needs. Quick flash and a peek. Pushes in, and bonecold. That is the man with the Sheriff. It may not be on the own. Why not give it a go? But for now, this will be hopefully clean enough for ACEND. And there's the dash. And actually, kiles is fully white, fully blind. bonecold needs to be careful here. They can crest this corner if they're feeling themselves. The rifle is in, but they just play as numbers, play as the pack. They're 3v3. There's no way this gets more dangerous. Okay, Spike's going A. Okay, it's okay.
Somehow, it's okay. A 2v2 though.
It's okay. That's fine. Oh, he's got his ult. Okay.
Confirming what they already know. 2 rifles retrieved for Nats and Redgar. And actually, Zeek looking to get a little bit aggressive at the time, and the flash is going to be good for Redgar at least, but can't close it out.
It's whiffy. It's really not that good. Zeek needs to fall away. He's bought a little bit of time, but it ain't much. Still with another flash, though, he should be able to do some work and play cned in potentially. But they do have rifles. Here's that flash, underhand, sends it in. Timing is everything. cned set for success, gets one on the crosser now, down to Redgar, and it's cned to keep do that. Maybe in timing with this though, yes you do. When cned plays in, he moves through the divide. Great timing, the push and the pull, taking the eyes away from the prize. But the spike now has to get towards the site. Spike going down, I don't think anything's going to stop it. Chip damage enough, kiles is going to respect that and fall away to a new post-plant position eventually.
Spike planted.
Here pretty early on though, kiles. Wise to it. Nat's now the last man standing, a 1v2.
And there's the contact made. They now know the position he's working from. They try and stay as a pack, but it's still Nats. One side, going to be one, the other on the other, and this is just lovely work. And you see ACEND had to really keep check on that.
Taking that back.
Figured out exactly where half of ACEND are here, and the really aggressive 4 comes through B main.
Let's see if he can keep it. Looking lush as ever. starxo and cned in perfect unison, leaving just Redgar, and I think he's already been well and truly discovered. They're lining him up, and they're knocking him down. ACEND takes everything he can with him, but now on the other side, Defo. Oh, there it is. Good shot from Defo. Comfortable enough, but it's not the only one here. And actually, kiles, what? He unleashes himself. 2 huge frags, keeping GAMBIT at bay, and is now down to Chronicle. Locked out, blinded, has no chance for now.
Not necessarily in this next round, we have to look at the economy, but deal with the lockdown here.
Oh.
And Defo will find one with the shorty. Quickly traded out though. And find an opening towards A. Actually, starxo close enough to hear the sound cue. We'll find the first. Redgar will fall. We'll find the second as well. That's the last man standing.
Okay, not much damage done. We talk about maybe chipping away at it for Zeek. If they even start trying to play towards middle, really trying to address this, even with just a swing. This is not what I wanted. That's a disaster in the making. And now he even predicts the push-up as well, fighting starxo. sheydos has just dismembered this hit. Oh, Redgar as well. It's 2 sitting at very favorable angles on the left side. That's going to make it very tricky. Can't get it done, and now Chronicle caught by Zeek, and another big impact round from the man himself. Now going to be suppressed and have to just have the gun in the hand, and that's going to be the good pick on the first. The follow-up, sheydos! Quick as lightning, finding 3 and sending ACEND right on back. Defo wants to take that space, and this is brutal work from GAMBIT. That site's all theirs. bonecold and cned. Oh, good boys.
10 seconds left.
Got to give this one up.
There it is, walk on in. Only going to get 1, and 3 seconds left. cned still gets Redgar, but it's going to be 3 on the board.
Will confirm cned's entry towards B side.
But it's so geared for a retake, and Zeek looks
They don't even need to retake.
flat. Yeah, Chronicle's doing just fine already. The door was already shut. Nats was on the other side of this. If it was going to be a walk through B, they'd have been aware and maybe hit that rotation through CT. But as you said, they didn't even need to go to that mode yet. So bonecold now. You going to do anything for us? Not really. Exceedingly strong from GAMBIT, but they still have to deal with the pressure that's coming their way. Redgar! Oh my word, Redgar! How are you alive in this? Deals with such pressure so well. And starxo knows he... Their ability to adjust whenever they need it. Redgar to shut down.
3-player stack, actually. The Trailblazers are going to plant the seed of doubt towards mid. Actually, Zeek and starxo will swing through. Nats and Redgar fall.
No doubt in ACEND's mind. They are still holding the right place in the right time. sheydos is about to be in danger, and he is. Zeek is taking control of this round. 3 big picks, leaving just Defo in a 1v5. Not much step of the cross is not available. ACEND get what they need. It tries to slip towards CT, but takes a little bit of the space back. The pace change from GAMBIT is so apparent, but already it's fine. ACEND are happy with all of this. None of the fights break a sweat, and it's another prime. The timing, he just misses it. But wait, they don't know he's here. Oh no, starxo! They have no idea! He gets 2 out of nowhere, and this is meant to be the bonus round. It's a 3v3. Redgar, Nats, and Chronicle not loving this. And cned, he makes the madman drop. Gets down in their faces, and now just Nats presented the undesirable scenario. They face together, and they win together. ACEND gonna push up to double digits.
Lay the foundations to close this half out a little more comfortably.
Be in place, and Zeek's just already cut off Nats. So they're actually trying to slip through spawn, and they might be able to do that. With kiles going down, there's an option for a Zeek. Tries to stop him before it starts. cned gets one in the back.
Way.
How did he even get that? And now 3, and Zeek's all too aware. He can't quite convert on the second. Redgar still stands. starxo though, there's the aiming control becoming a problem. As Chronicle, he was a high left. Chronicle looking for his first potential victim. spike plant comes in, the spray comes out, and cned from above. It's 11 controlling towards middle, the underhand flash in the swing. It's everything you wanted, but with bonecold going down, mid's now a little open, and cned has to be ready for what's coming his way. He reads it well, he repositions well, but he has to fall back from the angle.
He's also managed to get out, but we'll confirm now sheydos' presence in B main.
10 seconds left.
But time.
There's nothing left for them to do here, Lauren.
They have no time to be playing with here. There's no more picks to be had. This is going to be 12 on the board. I don't think GAMBIT can do anything to deny it, and ACEND make it to 12. And I've got to say, from start to finish, Zed to right, it wasn't to be. This is scrappy, and that's not where GAMBIT thrive. It's where ACEND come online. They find so much momentum in the brutality of it all. sheydos, Redgar, and Defo. kiles, be careful now. There's two players. He's going to make mincemeat of one, but it's a good trade out. It's enough to secure the site for the spike plant.
A little opportunity here for them to set up. They're not going to play this aggressively. sheydos might even have an opportunity to drift back into B main. That could be huge for GAMBIT in this post plant. bonecold 40 HP, looking like he's going to be first contact on the way back in.
Flashback up in a couple of seconds as well. sheydos can run this now. A pivotal position, and Redgar wants to try and play off the back of it as well. That's the first challenge. He wins. sheydos, that is everything he needed, but Redgar is right there in support. The unison works well, and GAMBIT lead forward. Ult still out, looking to maybe catch off zeek here, get aggressive towards CT. That's the name of the game for Defo. Leaves the two on the site, ignores them almost. Chronicle now confirms there's still two here. Do we re-engage? Yes, we do, and Defo is the one at the helm. They clear the site and the spike goes down.
Need that back.
You start to get... He could have been dead. But it will be three making it out, sheydos being one of them. And I'm pretty sure sheydos and Nats were the two that received the vast majority of...
Send a good idea of what's about to go down.
Defo, you still need to be key in this one, and bonecold's got him across the map. cned still stands as well. This could be the one. This could be the round to take him across the line. Nats, the last one alive here, and ACEND bound back, 13-7. There is life in them yet.
And that's huge. We talked about this in terms of a best of 5 to answer back after.
It looks like a burst through potentially the door. And it's not gone very well, but the second layer to that will be bonecold. 20 HP, he has to fade away from this and leave either kiles to pick up that mantle or to fall back to site.
Look at Nats to try and find something to do. He's right out of drop already. Potential to challenge kiles, and he will win it out. He'll find bonecold as well.
He has just sliced through ACEND. I thought maybe he was good for one of those, not two. And suddenly that initial work, that kind of back and forth to find Defo feels so irrelevant how this round pays out. But cned and starxo
Last player standing.
ain't gonna have much. sheydos gonna find cned, and starxo's position is more than noted. And Nats is on the case, supported with utility as well. starxo is just trying to play this out as best he can, and he knows it's an uphill struggle to even get one kill here.
They shouldn't swing through this, but actually will spot a barrel there and deal with sheydos. Close by. Time ticking away. It's an open plant already. GAMBIT got this one in the bag. Nats will deal the final blow. GAMBIT find a rotation. It does indeed, and you can hear Redgar will relay that information immediately.
Yeah, you can see the net just being closed on ACEND at the moment. Nat's taking a little more space as well, herding them forward. He's going to hear all of this. Actually going to pull the trigger on the player at the end. That's going to be kiles caught. He knows starxo's nearby. He got that information earlier, so it's just teed up. So comfortable for the man. And cned has been tagged, so position's already been noted. He's got two coming in from tower, and neither of these shots really finding what he wants. That one does. Any more? Yeah, one more. Little confidence booster, but the round regardless is... bonecold has to be so integral here in my mind, but there's so many players literally sat for this Chronicle. Ducks under it. Oh dear, this is looking a bit dangerous to say the least. kiles, starxo, and zeek. What are you going to do with this? Nats makes his appearance. And look at this shutdown from GAMBIT. This was never meant to be this way. But GAMBIT don't...
Towards Arcade.
It just looks like GAMBIT is so in control of the ebb and flow of this. They know that ACEND want to try and get, not necessarily in their faces, but find a little bit of something, and so aware of the possibility of cned. Yes, the steps are heard, and actually, a second. You drop the ball, cned will punish, but an instantaneous trade. Zeek's still going to do well for one, can't convert towards a second. It's a 3v1, kiles. You got anything up the sleeve? Absolutely not. Chronicle is there, putting everything they have into this round early on. bonecold still good to catch across though. Spots another, and that's sheydos. Managing to stay alive, but cned's in danger. He's got players left and right. Zeek's gone down, and oh no, cned burns alive. bonecold, starxo, and kiles put to task, put to test, and sheydos passes his. It's traded out eventually, but the spike's gone down. The ult comes in. And now starxo and bonecold are presented the unfavorable, unfathomable task, but actually getting Redgar's made this possible. Look at the HP on Chronicle. 4 HP versus bonecold's 2.
Actually, starxo throws the Cosmic Divide in as well. Nat's the last man standing.
The king of cool, though. Look at this guy, composed as ever. He's got to get a run on. Oh, the defuse is not going to stop. The defuse. Could be Chronicle on the other side, has to kind of respect that. starxo, though, just sat in that smoke, hoping for someone to make an appearance, but it's always favorable towards GAMBIT. It feels like ACEND can't get a clean start in any of this, and Zeek just gets dismantled. This is GAMBIT. I feel like the phrase easier said than done is an understatement. Chronicle could be in trouble here. He's got...
Well,
okay,
not
no,
so
he's
much.
absolutely fine. Chronicle has nothing to fear. cned seems like he can't hit a barn door right now. He's having a nightmare of a game. And, well... When you said flawless, you meant...
The things for starxo to deal with initially when we forced away from that choke point.
They haven't quite committed just yet, but they're just on the verge. Now Zeek with the first, and Zeek, don't know what happened, but starxo... Oh no, it's an absolute disaster again. What is going on? ACEND! It's all falling to pieces. I'm a little taken aback for words here, because GAMBIT for once didn't have to turn all the screws. ACEND kind of did it for themselves, and that's to shut down the round at 7-1. You know that you're being hunted down slowly but surely, but 4 still stand. Good connection for bonecold, but an instantaneous trade for sheydos. It's quick, and it's pretty much unforgiving as the site now begins to be squeezed and taken over. Spike en route as well. And it's Zeek and starxo to face it down, and that's again yet to die.
starxo is going to be given one. Sheydos actually will challenge. Slowed down now. Marshal in hand. Comes through.
He still won't
another
die.
headshot. He's so sharp.
Gonna start at least clearing. Nats has got problems on several fronts. He knows now there's one, but he's now spotted another! No one can get past him! He's the immovable object. bonecold now noted, forced to fight, can't beat out Redgar. And they all still stand. Nats finally falls! Oh my word, excuse me, it's kiles who finally falls. This is just down to 2, starxo and cned. And they're so split on this. Isolated again. Nats is just, he just won't die. He literally will not die. And yet nothing. They still hold the site. They hold their nerve, and they still keep just racking up the bodies. No matter what they do, Nats finally goes down. But then there's the second line. Then there's Chronicle. Then there's Defo. Then there's Redgar. And none of it is working for ACEND. GAMBIT look...
By this sort of scoreline.
Well, I would say probably... very at this point, because GAMBIT are exuding confidence, and sheydos just gets the freest kill of his life. It's all too simple, and nothing in any of these strat books and plays and considerations that ACEND had are going to make a blind bit of difference, because right now starxo is the only one who can do anything to deny this, and it's a 1v5. And even he knows he's staring down the barrel of a gun. It's done for. I don't care who you are. I don't see a world where this game changes, at least in this match.
B though, Redgar got to back away and respect this for the time being, but they look towards taking tower straight away.
Yeah, the flash is so good. Redgar just beheads Zeek, but there's 2 more potential victims. Look at this, they're all on the other side, and the raid boss is here. Nats refusing to relent. This guy's a god right now. Untouchable by all accounts. starxo, there's just a bounding defo in your face. How's rock, paper, and scissors now?
Who do you think won the rock paper kick?
They're going.
Of what we see from GAMBIT.
They're sending. They're full sending.
Send.
It is
Full
absolutely full send. Defo at the helm. This time, ACEND are fighting back, but we know who still stands is Nats. He finally gets taken down. And Redgar, he's not got it. Okay. Okay, they're cheering. They're cheering. They're cheering. They've got to...
You get a little livelier in game as well. ACEND quickly push through A main here to find the opener on the back of Zeek. Trying to isolate sheydos as well.
Still need to ensure, even with all this newfound confidence, they don't overcook it, because there's still a little bit of a threat. And it's been dealt with. starxo does well to find them. And now 1v2. Does this do as much damage? No. starxo going to push forward, try to get around it. Defo now knows where they are, but they're closing the gap, and it's starxo. Good work. That's 3. Someone more God's gift to this game.
Madness. Yep. Absolute madness.
Round 16, by the way. 5v4 now. They need to get a pick back. They need to have something go cleanly in their way, and it's just not. GAMBIT on the verge of closing this one down. 3 more victims stand. sheydos just toying with his meal.
You want to find it?
Now has to be aware that he could be surrounded. He's dealing with the pressure well because he knows that Nats has his back. Gonna find one. Redgar swings in, and it's all down to starxo. It's all but over. 13-3. A flawless end to the near-on flawless map. This was decisive. Spirit's all done high.
Yeah. He's now actually going to get spotted out. He will deal with Redgar. So lots of focus coming back through B main here, but GAMBIT playing very deep. The backside of sight here.
Oh, and the overwhelmed sheydos goes down. Defo and Nats, if you've got anything left to defend that spike, ticking away time by time. cned going to try and close in towards kitchen. Halfway now achieved. There's not much to stop it. kiles takes down Nats. It's all on Defo, and he's not in the right place nor at the right time. First round goes to ACEND.
Find a couple on the way out, but
Spike planted.
Nullify some of this pressure early on, but Chronicle finds cned.
But I love the fact that bringing these pistols to areas where they can still work. You know, a frenzy or two, a classic here and there is just fine in middle. Now it does get overwhelmed, but you can see the potential for a luck. Now the spike gonna probably get halfway, maybe not. sheydos good for 1. Still a 3v2, and that might be the end of it. No more threats. Yes, Nats can try and buy some time. But you can see instantly Zeek is on the case. ACEND gonna make it to 2 now. There we go, make it to 2 now. Yeah. Got a little nervous then. Hold up for the fist bumps until you've defused. And we should be okay. So 3 stand for them, and they can build moving forward.
And just coming back, kiles.
Gives them an extra body on the site at the bare minimum. Spikes en route, working up B long. 3 players on site. But a chip damage doesn't quite connect. sheydos still fine to move forward. Wall goes in. starxo goes up and over. Still going to be good for 1, but the rifle gets dropped. And that's now Chronicle coming online. bonecold still at least keeping himself in the battle. A 3v2 isn't so simple, but Nats... Oh, this is huge.
That's huge to a 1v2. Nats is 45 HP.
Left.
So definitely doable here.
He's already thinking about it.
Oh,
Nats, he's that far ahead.
It, man.
He's that far ahead. He's already considering these next level plays.
I mean, Zeek on the back of his ultimate does have a rifle, but Nats just walks up.
Timing, kiles! Oh, the timing could have been everything. He only gets 1 though. Trades out, still gonna tee up someone like cned. Gets Redgar down. sheydos kicks into action, gets the punish on starxo and fades away. A 2v2, but rifles get taken away. They get to pour them over to their side, but no armor with ACEND, and GAMBIT still sitting pretty with theirs. Site take comes in, sheydos quick to this, tries to clear, but now makes sure he sits with that spike, crossing on over, trying to keep this safe. Zeek gonna pop the ult as well. cned with 1 and Zeek with the other. They make it work when it didn't look possible.
Yeah,
Be a peek to middle and a peek to long. cned so aware. We need him. If you're an ACEND fan, you need him to find some of this, but already you can see sheydos tries to just body block him. cned still stands! And Nats, the last one here, already being closed in on 2 players down middle. This feels inevitable, and it is Zeek with a shot to the back. I don't know how cned was alive for so long. Still trying to power forward. It's hit the brakes a little, which has allowed ACEND to slip in towards the side. kiles is right there amongst them all. This player's just around that corner. Spraying him wildly because it's no connection. It's Defo to find bonecold, and now the backlines get some attention from kiles. But cned pins down Defo, and the 4v3 carries on, but cned tries to get involved in this. The spike yet to go down. starxo, he's going for the drop, and he gets sent packing. Redgar digs in his heels, finds 2 critical kills, and now cned called upon. The man's needed here for ACEND, and he's been outdone. sheydos takes the ground. And
cned online with that operator.
Wait, where did Zeek just get that from? Straight through the smoke, maybe. Nats is trying to creep it. And as it fades, he walks it. Zeek so hyper-aware now.
Right here.
Keeping control of middle might be critical to this, as now the sight hit comes in. bonecold now knows that he doesn't have to worry about his back, but it's the front that's the problem, as sheydos is still the powerhouse, playing on through, creating space, and opening up a little bit of room for a plant to come in. Defo now watching in case someone gets a little aggressive ahead on that short playback. Ult gets popped. And now suddenly, this is looking dicey. Chronicle! How's he found 3? Chronicle turns this round on its head, and cned, the last line of defense for ACEND in this, has Defo and sheydos to get past. He tries to lean forward and caught in the side. sheydos is coming alive in these moments.
just a dom.
cned's got the ult out as well. Sheydos isn't going to get much done this time. cned's there towards Nats. It's on Redgar, it's on Chronicle, and Chronicle, this would be a time to really do a bit of a mental damage towards the opponents. But again, there's still so many bodies, but they are on Sheriffs. A couple of upgrades here and there, but he's found maybe the chance on one. Oh, the second bonecold. Keeps control. And gets it across the line. The gap doesn't get closed now. GAMBIT gets sent. Pixel over that wall. Nothing really presented. Zeek on the back line's in a miss. And a bad one at that. starxo by his side though, going to make up for the problems. Nats exceeds expectations. Rez comes out. cned back on his feet. And starxo with a mad step towards sheydos. It's put so much pressure back, and starxo's having a round. 3 already. He's making it 4. He wants to do it all himself, and he might be able to do it. It's cned to close down the account. But what an answer back from starxo.
Beautiful. And talking about building around cned, starxo stacks up with him there in hall with the res. He wants him to peek. He wants him to take that opening engagement and actually counter peek.
See if he can play this right.
What?
Yeah. Real quick. That's not bad for cned. bonecold next in line, trying to hold this push up, do some chip damage. sheydos down a little low. Defo not looking so pretty either. The walking wounded now. Do take towards the site. cned still keeps calm, keeps cool. Goes for a mad shot. Not going to find it, but it is now a 1v3, and Nats outnumbered, outgunned. And the fire, what? cned beheads him, dashes away, tries to absolutely play his life, but time. Hypok, they're running out of time here.
It's an open plant as well, so Chronicle can punish this if they go for it. cned's actually sticking through. He's going to get the half.
He's got it to half, but that's all he's going to get. sheydos denies, and GAMBIT this time will make it. Delivering 3 in this spike plant, goes in. Nothing to stop it yet. cned looking for that chance. Needs it, gets it. Nat still finds bonecold though. So the flank's not coming in. There's no help on the way now. It's a 3 that stand for ACEND, and GAMBIT clawing this back round by round. Every single trade is still favorable until then. Zeek will at least get it back on even footing. Oh, and Zeek! How's he doing it? A 1v1 though. Up against the god himself of Nats. How do you get around this, Zeek? What's the plan in mind? Is this what you've got for us? Trying to do what he wants, but the time is going to be just trickled away. HP burning down, ripped away from him. He's down to absolutely nothing, and the close comes in. Nats, he's got him dead to rights. And he's
We're able to escape with the orb there as well. Defo countering that pressure. We'll find bonecold. ACEND want to try and force this though. sheydos will find a second.
And they're still just fine. They all got kind of bundled up together, but they come out of it scot-free, and the fight continues. But it's so favorable to sheydos, who's just been a butcher. Dicing up ACEND, leaving just cned alive. A 1v4, and it ain't looking likely. sheydos with a shutdown. GAMBIT are right back in the game.
Again, showing this will.
I want to see if they can do this cleanly, though. The timing's actually heartbreaking for them, and it gets just sent away. There's so much opportunity there. And you're right, the timing window just got shut on them. The read from GAMBIT, just that intuition to go, it feels a bit weird that no one's peeked for what's happening here.
So ACEND will retreat.
bonecold's going to be overwhelmed. sheydos has done the first bit of damage here, but the time is going to be of the essence. cned finds Nats, they're falling. cned's found Redgar. It's going to be on 1, and it's done. starxo gets Defo. And ACEND will only keep 2 alive. And as a sheydos, back at the site with Nats up towards the rafters, it's starxo on the first chopping block, and they've gone down. GAMBIT holding 3. And now Nats just comes alive when needed, and that's a shutdown. Are they alive? Defo, gotta be careful. Maybe not. He's just fine keeping his composure, and it's cool. They line up. How are GAMBIT making it look so simple? starxo still stands, but it's for a moment to watch as GAMBIT a moment back from them, and it's not going to come in the form of cned right now. Down to bonecold and kiles. And that spike is left deep in the clutches of GAMBIT. And kiles tries to work his way forward. Redgar already aware, already thinking about it. Double digits is beckoning. Greatness is calling, and GAMBIT are answering. It's 10 on the board now.
The reaction's so quick there.
Armor. Rez comes in. ACEND are giving it everything they can for this one. starxo. Wait, there's still life in them yet. They're refusing to go down. starxo doing everything but look alive. Nats, the man who dominated them on Fracture, who's been in. Tries to get it clean, he does, and now it's down to 1. bonecold will be sweating bullets. ACEND desperately need this round, but it's the man, the big man against him, and he's gonna be taken out. bonecold. Zeek gonna lean forward. There's gonna be the ult being popped. Chronicle's in a bit of trouble here. cned's already found sheydos. That could be the site open. Look at the over-aggress. I love that from Zeek. Get in their face. cned, the second line. And GAMBIT now feel the full force of ACEND. Leaving
that previous ultimate advantage, I think just 2 or 3 rounds ago, completely ripped.
Still 34 seconds, but Zeek. Tricky scenario, you know that players are close by. Just going to use the lid to try and buy a little bit of safety. Redgar still finds starxo. That's how the spike left loose. Nats gets involved.
No way,
he pushes ahead. The man is so brave to do this. But bonecold quells it, but look what's left. It's down to just one. bonecold in a 1v3, 13 seconds. And I think GAMBIT might have just done enough to get to 11. Looks towards rafters, doesn't see it, and cned takes a look, takes a glimpse and takes a scalp. sheydos goes, Redgar down, cned, you say you need him, there he is, but it's not without reply. bonecold and starxo put into a 2v2, you've got Nats and Chronicle, the dastardly duo that we saw from the first time. Now starxo takes down half of it, it's all on Chronicle. A 1v2 to get to 12, or it's 11-11, and we go all even again. Chronicle tries to get further forward around the world we go, they're just playing time. starxo, perfect composure. It's 11. Res comes in and could be 4 back up. There's the res. It's going to be Redgar getting sheydos. There's Zeek back on his feet. It's a 4v5 now. Defo still stands finding kiles. And look at the positioning coming out.
No
Defo!
way.
How's he got starxo? And now it's all down to Zeek. The one man against the army of GAMBIT. And it's 12 on the board for GAMBIT now.
That round comes apart at the seams for ACEND. Want to fight. See here now, Zeek has to go huge. The wall goes up, but straight away ripped away.
The time, this is it. Time to strike for Zeek. starxo by his side. It's 12-12. ACEND aren't done yet.
bonecold ready to spam through. Again, no wall, so can spam onto default from here.
If they get a pick from this, no. Denied by cned. Chronicle, though, that's 2. What? Timing, though, they're down to 10 seconds here. They're not going to have the timing on this at all. Spike in hand. And this is ACEND playing their hearts out right. See if you can get that pick. Zeek happy to the first contact. The wall goes up and away we go. bonecold says no. starxo as well. It's down to Redgar and Chronicle. The 2 stand. Make it 1. Redgar, is there anything left in the tank? Or have ACEND done enough to take us all the way here? Redgar, gonna get towards the side. Tap the spike. No way.
No way.
No way. Someone stop him. It's gonna be Zeek. And we're going the distance.
We go to map 5. ACEND dig so deep to find that momentum so late on in Icebox.
Woo. Locked into the site, and you're right. This gives Zeek a chance, and he gets it with both hands. Looking for the follow-up. sheydos, he was lower HP earlier on. Zeek, what a time to find form as ACEND looking like they want to send that message home. ACEND are here. First round on the board.
Beautiful stuff. The timing there, so unfortunate. And it's Chronicle that has to come forward with the spike. He has it from the start of the round. He's that kind of, that's try and force their way through heaven. The paranoia huge from bonecold. The first one gifted to him. See, we'll find in a second as well. sheydos falls. kiles there to find another. Clean as you like. The Prime Gaming flawless in round 2 from ACEND.
I'm looking at this man on the screen right there, Zeek. How much more can he get done from this? Actually gets dropped on, and Defo just bullies down starxo. Yeah, bonecold's alive, but he's got a time limit on his life, and he knows it. Gets aggressive, and that's the spike. Hold on. Oh, bonecold. I thought that shot was coming in, but time. 10 seconds now. There's still danger. They have to facilitate that cross, and Defo's defending it with his life. Gets Nats towards the site. The spike goes in, and kiles is on the ground level now.
Planted.
Yes, left to deal with this spike cam, but not even a factor here. Defo, showstopper, try and find something in mid. He might actually find Redgar inside ropes. He will.
Redgar was none the wiser. And now here's the problem. ACEND shut them down in the entryway. Defo can get in here eventually. How much can he do, though? 10 seconds. It ain't much to play with. ACEND. Pushing with the post plants all towards the back of the site. And Defo trying to be the tip of the spear. Try and greet them with a smile, do some form of damage, some semblance of hope to be found in this round for GAMBIT, because they know this slow grind back is coming. cned's found Redgar, down to Defo, and joined by sheydos. Anything else in the tank? How much more can you bring? The answer looks like a resounding nothing. It's 4-1. ACEND. He took a second or 2 to punish it, but he still does. Swing back in from starxo, keeps his nerve. And now you can see the pinch coming in, but it's being dealt with to perfection by ACEND. 2 players still have to try and get past bonecold. Still here! 1 bullet is all he needs. 3 to spare. You got any more? He finally runs out. as there's the final shutdown. ACEND are in full form up here. cned forced to respect this, so much utility invested. Nats with the ult comes in as well. KJ ult comes down. Zeek still stands. starxo on the back of the site. The spray towards main, and the spike's been lost.
They're just going to try and recover this here. starxo still back sight, and starxo stands strong again. 33 HP now.
Oh, and the aim from cned comes in. It's a celebration from ACEND. Close enough, yeah, he eats it, but he doesn't pull the trigger. He sits and waits, and he's just going to be turned into mincemeat. Defo makes it look easy. Light work!
What?
Zeek still gets away with 2. It's a 2v3. This isn't impossible. kiles and cned up in heaven. Drops down towards hell, looking for that pick, and oh, kiles gets 1. A 1v2. Have they even noted cned? It looks like they want a double face through by Pillar, and he's still going to keep his life for now. 22 seconds. He's doing everything he can in this scenario. sheydos is low HP. Redgar still sitting pretty. Another fight! Oh, and the spray just goes wayward. The round goes void though. Ooh, and a bit of a miss and a half. Nats with the punish. If he has to do it single-handedly, he will. And that spike's on the way over. There's 2 players now towards watching this site. Zeek, position noted. starxo's timing couldn't have been better. The guy fills the void, and look at this.
Spike going to slow things down there. cned finds ahead.
Oh, cned, maybe there's still a bit of a chance on this one. Time is going to be dwindling. There's the res coming in. No, Redgar doesn't want this to happen. He's going to find more. Chronicle by his side. It's a thrifty round of the spike back. And it's a battle on 2 fronts as Nats is trying to play this patiently, allow time for the player sheydos to come over. Couldn't adjust quickly enough, but still good damage done. Zeek is going to come out, and cned looks to get maybe a little ahead of that.
Give them an idea. Chronicle actually springs on the back of it. Somehow finds kiles and Zeek. cned, the last man standing for ACEND here. And the Seeker will confirm it.
The shot to the side of the brain. cned's been given a lot of freedom to move. 1 shot left in the mag. No one noted early on. Bladestormer's backup drops down. Looks for the way across. Gets the glimpse, and he gets the frag! And a player with nothing to lose. cned, can you find it in the time? 11 HP. Tries to draw him closer. He tries to pull him in. Chronicle, he's not going to fall for it. He holds his nerve. He's trying to give GAMBIT a window, a chance, something to play with. And GAMBIT will walk away at least with the bare minimum.
If they shoot that, that's going to tell ACEND everything they need to know.
Defo. Huge impact. Impeccable work. He sold them an absolute fake and a half. And Zeek going to try and close in with that judge, but it looks like it's done for. GAMBIT pull out the fake just as they needed it here.
Well, I guess the success of all that conditioning, as soon as that adjustment comes on that A site hit with the Cosmic Divide, ACEND bite.
And this one step too far. GAMBIT, they're never out of it. Looks like it wants to filter on through. Fountain on down. It's going to be Defo who just gets overrun. bonecold just straight up fights through him. What are these kills? ACEND, just powerful in approach. sheydos and Chronicle playing through from CT, but it's 4 to find. It ain't going to be easy now. Spike down the time in their side. Zeek looking for it, and he gets it. ACEND get the pistol in the second half. Yes. Oh, that's a dangerous angle, and Chronicle actually connects towards him instead. That's actually kind of sick. And now you're going to have to see the rest of ACEND trying to fill that gap. There's kiles, there's cned. It's going to be shut down. Clean enough as Redgar, the last one to come around. Dealt with. 4 still stand. And ACEND take the net. No one's going to offer them a free kill here. And here's the swing. Redgar, this could be everything. Timing could be great. Actually, a decent trade for starxo. Next in line, Defo's gone down. And Nats is trying to keep this together. The one player that's left is kiles. Rifle to hand and a CT push in mind. He knows where Nats is. Maybe a good step towards Chronicle. A fight on 1 and a loss. Chronicle keeps control. 2 rifles remain. Towards this isolate if they can! And sheydos greets him with a smile. Sends Zeek right on back. Defo still trying to do the dance. And he comes out on top. And now just 2. Make it 1. Kiles with nothing to do but die. And GAMBIT stamp their authority back.
Well set up.
He's read it so well. He knows what's around that corner. Couldn't quite get the utility in that he wanted. So now Heaven's a little bit more vulnerable. Calls Chronicle's attention, but he still deals well enough with killers. Couldn't quite do much more. Has to be cautious of other players coming in through main, but that's not the case. The rotations are here. Everyone's in attendance. There's just bonecold all alone. That's one. Any more would be a miracle. And 27 HP and a bit of a dream. That's all he's got. And sheydos keeping this in the forefront of his mind. Showing attendance, starxo sprays him wildly, he gets one! Redgar's fallen, and now they back away, that's what they wanted. They wanted that one pick, and now they could have unleashed. starxo playing by pillar, looks towards heaven, there's that lockdown coming on through. What do they do with this? 10 seconds.
This is so late, though.
You're not wrong, this is wrong. Oh, cned, you're playing with fire, and Defo's gonna punish starxo though. Back of the side, back to the wall quite literally, and he's got to be careful. Isolates one, and now the 1v1, he loses out to Defo, but the timing is all theirs. ACEND.
This is awkward.
Redgar
The flash
here,
through.
flash, and it's going to be a delayed push. Wait, what? Zeek and starxo deny Defo and Redgar's aggression. Zeek takes the site. He's got the showstopper in hand. He's looking for any target, and he finds one. Nats is obliterated, and the site is now going to be under ACEND control. Spike surely to be planted, and sheydos and Chronicle can say nothing in this matter. sheydos does find kiles, but is there a world?
Survive, that's huge as well. It's almost forces Gambit another win, or another buy round to remove that from the economy. And actually around...
Redgar on the back lines looking to do damage, but it's just a Spectre. As much as he can try and fight, it's still not much to bring through. Chronicle only good for one. And Nats with the Spectre again, still tucked in the corner. cned, he falls and Nats still stands.
I don't know how Nats just won that with the Spectre versus cned at that range, but Defo also going to find bonecold. We're going to get ahead of this. kiles will respond though. A 2v2 presented. kiles gets tagged up.
They're digging in so deep right now. starxo though takes them to 12, and all he has is that Spectre. He's already seen one pass. cned finds one. It's all on Redgar now, and this is what it comes down to. One more man to stand, and Redgar,
30 seconds left.
all the hours you've put in, thousands upon thousands, is down to a 1v4, and it's done. ACEND are your Valorant champions winners. The first of their kind to etch their names in the history books. And they did it in the shadows, surprising so many. And they've worked so hard.
This is really the second coming of this roster. We saw a dip in performance, a dip in form, and what a time to come back online here. Toppling Gambit, who have just looked dominant, even in the round, even in the series that they drop a map here and there. They show comeback, they show resilience, and ACEND squash that here in the grand finals.
Amazing work.